think. Yes, we are
Wow.
live.
Yes, we've just changed. Hello and welcome to the highly professional Expletives Included podcast.
The genericest of podcasts.
Yes, the generic podcast of the Expletives Included channel. It's been a while since we've done one of these. We kind of took our time out while we were doing our Vlogmas, which feels like a long time ago now. It's actually only been like 9 days. It's the 4th now, so yeah, 9 or 10 days.
10 days, because no, wait, maybe 11 days.
Oh yes, because there are 31 days in December.
Yeah, because we stopped on the 24th.
It feels like a long time ago. But I suppose it's just because we were doing it like every other day, and it was kind of like bigger.
This has probably been the longest that we haven't done anything for the site for the past year.
Wait, the past year? No, we've only been doing this for like half a year, I think.
For however long we've been doing this silly bullshit.
Forever!
It drains my soul.
Are we famous yet?
No. We can't
Wake me up when we're famous.
We don't even have the viewer count to start a Patreon. That's how low down we are.
Even porn stars have Patreons.
Yeah, but if we start doing
porn.
Yeah, but you know, porn is pretty good. There's high quality porn out there.
Not free porn though. Free porn is generally low quality.
Depends where you look. You know, there's porn out there now. There's got those full 360 view cameras.
Yeah, I know. I think we talked about this before, maybe on like the site or elsewhere, but it's just like I'm always worried that I'll be kind of looking in one direction and then all the action will be behind me.
Yeah, that's why you have 360 sound as well.
Anyway.
You know, we're eventually going to enter the experience of VR porn.
So, on the subject of...
Which is actually a thing now, but it's not very good.
So, on the subject of the present and the future...
Yes, but not the past.
But not the past. No. Unless it's the past 3 days, because we're looking out onto 2016.
And if time travel is invented this year.
And 1985.
Why that year?
Was that not the year of Back to the Future?
I honestly can't remember. I'm not a fan of those movies.
I like them, but I haven't seen them in like since I was young. I think it was a massive thing. Like, yeah, I'm sure it's like a massive thing in like 2015 because
yeah,
and I'm assuming it was like 30 years.
Yeah, 2015 was the year that was in the film. It was an 80s movie, so I guess it's just, you know, I haven't seen those films since I was a kid, and I have no real. I don't know. I don't remember them being that good. But then again, I was like, back then I was like, well, is this better than Star Wars? No. Why are we not watching Star Wars instead? I was that kid. Indiana Jones, actually, but you know.
Also, the future. Can you hear like that feedback? Because I keep getting an echo.
No, sounds fine to me.
Okay. I've ordered a webcam.
Oh yeah.
You have to see me in this non-shitty cube.
It's more of a rectangle. More of a rectangle.
It's definitely a 2-dimensional shape, yes, because it's on a laptop screen.
Though there is a depth of field to it, so 2.5D?
I don't think so. It's just like a 3D image portrayed on a 2-dimensional thing.
But anyway, yes, you're getting a new laptop and webcam.
New laptop and webcam to do the things.
To do the higher quality things and won't at all be used to look at porn on.
Pornist things?
I'm setting up for you, so, child locks. I'm already planning to troll you.
As long as I can go onto Google to find out how to disable them.
What if I child lock Google?
Then I'm doomed.
You'll have to use Bing.
No. No, I would accept the child locks. I wouldn't go on Bing. I might try Yahoo.
What, asking Yahoo questions?
I guess so. I'd imagine that's asked quite a lot.
Yeah, why do people go to Yahoo questions for serious advice?
I don't know.
It's pretty hilarious, but you know.
Mm.
Anyway, so you're getting new tech, which
I'm getting
means
new
your end of things will hopefully become higher quality.
Hopefully.
And
We
by
make no
high
promises here at Expletives Included.
quality, as long as you've got a, well, with the webcam at least, you'll be of higher quality. So,
Yeah.
and you'll actually have a sensible editing program now, because that's what I'm
Yes.
getting him. So you'll be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Though we're kind of moving away from the vlogs, so it's kind of like, here's this stuff, Dan, but we're not using it anymore.
Well, I remember, like, I used to do much more kind of impressive stuff, like back when we tried to do videos and stuff, like when we were younger, when I did have Premiere.
When your level of quality was acceptable,
Hmm?
when your level of video quality was acceptable,
Yeah.
you know, 244 all the way.
244?
It's a resolution size.
I didn't realize we were below 480. I didn't realize there was a number below 480.
Yeah.
244.
There
well, we go.
Yeah,
but yeah, I used to have like title cards. I had credits. I had like movie clips of the movies that I was reviewing. I think I only managed to do like 1 or 2. I might still have it actually.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. We've lost all our stuff that we put up on Blip all those years ago. All those games.
I'll check, but it might just all be on here, to be honest.
Oh yeah, because you've had that thing for a long time.
For a long time. Actually, I think I got it because I had Premiere Pro, and Premiere Pro just kind of like, you have this much space in your hard drive on your laptop, and now you have Premiere Pro, and now we have none.
Yeah. Good thing your new laptop has a lot of memory space.
And I still got my hard drive, external one. So I'll maybe try and dig that out.
Yeah. Have a look at the old stuff and cringe.
Yes. Okay, so are you doing anything like channel related in the future, or tech related, or are you getting material things?
Does a degree count?
Yes. Maybe.
I'm starting an OU degree this year.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, actually starts on the 6th.
That's 2 days.
Yeah, well, that's when all the materials are open to students, and then the first official day when you can interact with tutors is in February, and then it's March for the first assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting ahead of things. It's just sort of, I got the first, so I've signed up for 2 modules, and you get this big box of stuff, really cool stuff. You know, loads of information for the course, which I wish normal degrees would do, because normally you just get a little crappy little maybe 20-page handout, and then additional handouts with the individual lectures. But I like to prepare ahead of time because I'm a nerd. But it sort of makes me wonder how much stuff they would give you in pre-internet, because a lot of the stuff is missing from it. So there's sort of reading sections that aren't in the books. So I want to read that now. Give me. It's on the website and I can't access it till the 6th. So that's a big thing this year.
2
modules on the humanities, basically.
I still kind of go in a panic meltdown whenever I try to think about university or that kind of thing, so I might not be doing that this year. Who knows? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, normally I'd pressure you at this point, but, you know, we're broadcasting.
Yeah.
And I have an image to keep up that I will destroy after this recording is over.
And then, okay, so we're just basically we're going to be kind of positive. We're going to say what we're looking forward to. We're not going to say it's like these are the parts of 2016 that we both think are going to be shit.
Yes.
Stay positive.
Well, actually, I'd like to start with something that's been happening the last couple of days that I think is really positive. As we've talked about on this channel before, we're big gamers. And a friend of ours, who is our GM.
Oh, yes, of course. Go on.
Basically, he came to me and was like, I want to make a radio show thing. I want to do Foley sound effects and stuff. So let's make a radio show. So, okay. Me and Dan totally weren't working on that thing in secret.
Yes, but his radio show is completely different to our radio.
Yeah, it's a much higher quality. We've been throwing around ideas for creative content on the channel. One thing we settled on was a post-apocalyptic radio show, and this is like a radio play, but it's a version of a campaign we did. How long ago was this bit? 3 years ago now? 4?
3 or 4.
This is the bit that we recorded was a game that Dan played and a friend of ours, Ben, who hasn't appeared on the channel yet, they played. And this is even before I met Laurie. So he wrote up a script that night. I recorded a couple of scenes that night. He was like, yeah, this is really fun. Ben jumped on board. Dan jumped on board. We've now nearly got a complete episode.
So I like it because I just have to read lines and I don't have to edit or anything or do anything technical.
Voice acting is really fun.
Although it's, I don't know. I don't like how we're recording individually. I mean, I think that's like how voice acting sometimes is done, but it just feels weird kind of having half a conversation, as it were.
Yeah. That is how voice acting is done. I mean, sometimes you'll have someone else reading the lines to you, so you can react off them. I suppose we could do that. We could set up Skype and then do that if you'd be more comfortable.
I read both parts.
So I don't know when they'll be finished and put up, but I think that was a turnaround of a couple of days for a project like that is really good for us.
Going to be on our channel? We're going to upload onto the YouTubes.
Probably.
Have you talked about it yet?
Well, Laurie I'm not sure what Laurie's end game with it is. I think he wants to animate it, but I'll ask if I can put it up just as an audio play. Because I like it. I prefer it in the audio version, to be honest.
I think it would look good. We'll need some kind of title card or something now.
I think actually, what will be really good is one of Laurie's map pictures. Like, the main map of Lawn Hill.
Yes.
None of the audience knows what this is, but we do.
Well, it's a map of the world, essentially.
Well, it's a map of a village.
Yeah.
Of a hill. The mysterious Lawn Hill.
The lonely hill.
Yes.
Not mountain.
You still need to get someone to do the ending bit for that. I hope I get that role.
Oh, the narration.
At the end, yeah.
Yes. But that's more things that, no one knows what we're talking about. So come on, let's push on. Let's.
I know, but sorry. This is actually the first time me and Dan have had a chance to directly talk about this. So, but yeah, I think that's a really positive start to the year for us. I've already read 2 books. I've nearly finished the 3rd.
I've played a lot of Skyrim, and I went back to work.
Good times.
Good times.
So, where do we want to start with what we're looking forward to this year?
I'll start, and I'll talk about video games. Recently, I got some money for my DS eShop because I was like, I'm going to go buy me my Pokemon Red, Blue, and or Yellow. Because I'm not sure if Yellow was going to be released. Because I heard that it was kind of out on DS, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And you're going to be able to kind of like trade for just like red, blue, yellow with like other people and battle. And it's like it's Pokemon, but it's like back to just when there are 150. So you can actually kind of catch all 150 Pokemon without it feel like you just have to.
It doesn't feel like a mammoth task.
Say again?
It doesn't feel like a mammoth task.
No, because you're not going to have to buy every single game to kind of get all of them, or find someone says, like, "Oh, you got that? Okay, let's trade. Let's trade that. Let's trade that. Let's trade for 200 Pokemon."
Yeah, it was only what 7 in yellow, I remember. Maybe 5 in blue and red.
That you couldn't catch.
Yeah, or had to be traded for such as evolutions.
No, there was more than that, because there was Kadabra, who evolved into Alakazam. That was trade. Haunter into Gengar. Machoke into Machamp. Graveler into Golem. So that's 4.
There was Scyther in red that was exclusive.
And the other one was Pinsir. So that's another one.
I always thought Scyther was the cool one, by the way.
Yeah. It was Growlithe versus Vulpix.
Really?
So you can only catch one of those.
Really?
I remember always being disappointed that I couldn't catch a Vulpix.
Because I remember at least seeing both in the game.
Yeah, like trainers always had them, but you could only catch one or the other.
Oh, okay. It's been so long since I played that.
It has been a while. I'm not sure of like any others. We could probably remember them if we went all the way through, but we don't have time for that. And of course, also the starter Pokemon. Unless you were playing Yellow, then you only had one starter Pokemon and you couldn't get like the other 2.
Very true. Though for Yellow, you had to trade to get a Pikachu.
Yellow, you started with a Pikachu.
Yes, but you had to get a Pikachu to get a Raichu.
Would your Pikachu not evolve into a Raichu?
No, he refused.
Huh.
Just like in the cartoon.
Just like in the TV show. Okay, so turns out that's not actually out yet. That's going to be out in February sometime. At least that's what the forum says.
The cuteness of Pikachu requires extra programming.
So you've heard of this. They are doing Yellow as well.
Yeah.
Do you think most people are just going to go Yellow? That's just
I mean, from what I remember, Yellow was actually a strikingly different experience from Red.
I think it was. Maybe people will just get both.
I mean, to be honest, I'm thinking of buying the cartridges again.
Well, I don't think I've got... I might still have a Game Boy Pocket, but I don't know where it is. I could probably find it quite easily. So that's one thing that I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't get, but now it's something which I'm kind of excited to kind of get to as soon as it rolls around. But it also kind of got me scouring through the eShop to try and find it. And as soon as I can't remember everything, I've got it now. So I'm just going to just browse through and just kind of like say like the things that I'm excited for. I'm not sure what to think about Hyrule Warriors Legends, which is going to be coming out on the 3DS.
But
I don't have a Wii U. Say again?
We'll get Linkle with that.
We will get Linkle with that. But it's... I have played Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U, just like once, and it was fun, but it does kind of feel like a very... It is basically Dynasty Warriors. And I've kind of played that. I remember playing that to death when I was younger, and it does kind of get a bit mundane, like after not too long of playing. And like it's a new game, so it's going to be very expensive. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm interested. I'm excited to like see it when it comes out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to kind of shell out all of the money for it. So that's kind of like an honorable mention, I guess. Well,
it's getting a cartridge release, right?
Yeah.
So maybe try and pick up a second-hand copy later on.
But with like when I was at Game last year, it's like over a year now that I've been working since I've worked at Game. Trade-ins, essentially, it's always like PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and then PS3 and Xbox 360, and Wii games. Essentially, people who bought Wii U games and 3DS games kept them.
Yeah.
Like, say that's something to do with like how the games have reduced, or I don't know. I don't know what you could infer from that, but I think it does kind of like say something. But the second-hand market for Wii U and 3DS was much lower than like other consoles.
Well, while I consider trade-ins as a whole to be a scam, let me introduce you to a good friend of mine, eBay.
That's true.
Yeah.
eBay. That is probably where I should go. A trusted,
Yeah.
reputable site.
I mean, I saw a copy of Metroid 2: The Return of Samus for £1 today.
It was a very good game. I've got it on my 3DS.
I want it for my Game Boy.
I used to have it for my Game Boy.
I didn't, but I don't think I've.
My brother traded it away. So it was technically his.
Yeah, I think the first Metroid game I ever bought was bought for me was the first of the Prime trilogy.
Mm-hmm. You do hold that in like very high.
I have since rebought it twice.
I think my first introduction was possibly Fusion, or at least that's the one that I remember being like the one that kind of got me into it lots. But anyway, the second, and you know, it's called Bravely Second.
Oh yes, I've heard many
Second.
good things about
that. I feel awkward kind of bringing this up because I absolutely loved Bravely Default. I haven't completed it.
Have you got to the spoilers yet?
Yes. So if I just say the fairy flies, then that's kind of
yeah.
I
mean, have you at least seen the ending?
No, I got to like pretty much the very end, but I just kind of like goofed around, just kind of leveling up all of the jobs, all of the classes, doing all the stuff. I guess maybe kind of burnt myself out, or I just kind of found like another game that I kind of got into, and I just kind of, I have like, I've talked about this before, I have this really bad habit of playing games like right up to the end, not completing them, and then not wanting to go back to them because I can't remember all the story, and I want to kind of play it all from the beginning again, but I don't have the drive to play it all from the beginning after I've already sunk tens of hours into this game.
I mean, I'd suggest
all the characters and classes and everything.
I'd suggest powering through just so you can get that ending film, because it does set up Bravely Second.
And battery's getting low now, so I'm not going to kind of go through it all. But I remember I watched like these trailers before. There's like an E3 trailer, and it does look like. Well, actually, it doesn't really say much of anything, but it's just the art style and just it's like, yes, this is Bravely Default again. That's good.
Right. Buy our thing.
Buy our things. It's exactly the same as that other thing that you liked and have, but you need another one of. And also,
well, anyway,
after just kind of complaining about money and expenditure and don't want to spend that much, I saw also a trailer for the special edition, which has like an art book and like the audio CD, the original soundtrack, and a figure that I'm not really that bothered about, but it's just and it's so pretty here. Can I have it? Can I please say yes? So pretty. No. eBay?
Yes.
See, so
I'm not sending mixed signals.
I don't want to see that. So, and we're not being negative, so we're not talking about the things that we're dreading. So, and I'm not going to talk about that either. And then there's a Fire Emblem working title. That's like the last thing, which is on the coming soon to the eShop.
Wait, is that the Fire Emblem crossover with Persona?
Don't think so. No, this is like the new Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem, I've always kind of loved ever since Sacred Stones, which I'm sure I've probably talked about. I've had ample opportunity to, so I'm assuming I have. It looks very JRPG, to be honest, but
it's Fire Emblem.
It's Fire Emblem.
You know, it is the epitome of the tactical JRPG.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only played the crap one.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not sure what to say about it because again, like the trailers didn't actually say much of anything, but it's just, oh hey, there's a guy who looks like he could be a samurai or something, and then I don't know, because it's always primarily been like a Western knights and clerics and
dragons
and castles and shit, not kind of Eastern medieval Eastern history, which I remember like seeing bits, and it's just, I don't know. I'm not sure where they're going with it. I'm not sure if they're going to try and link it into like a previous game or do like something completely new again, or I have no idea.
From what I know of the Fire Emblem games, they're very heavily tied to each other. Though, I must admit, the only thing I really like about Fire Emblem is some of the really stupid stuff about it. Like, I had one character who was a dragon knight of some kind, but he was equipped with an axe.
Yeah.
So he just threw it at the enemy.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me. I have no problem with that.
And now I think about it, I've designed a D&D character who does the same thing.
I see no problem with that.
Not from dragonback, but from horseback at the very least. It's just like, rah!
So that's like the 3DS games that I'm looking forward to. As for the other consoles I have, PS4, as far as I know, the release schedule for PlayStation 4 in 2016 is there are no games.
Nope.
There are none. Nothing is being released.
Nope.
You're lucky you might get FIFA 17. Possibly a Call of Duty. But other than that, there is none.
Oh, but it's the bad year for Call of Duty. The bad year for Call of Duty.
It's a bad year.
Yeah.
I thought the one that was just released was supposed to be quite bad.
Yeah, but this is the worst one. Because it's going to be Call of Duty Ghosts 2. And Ghost was apparently really bad.
That's what I heard, but I haven't played. I don't really play Call of Duty or that. I don't really play first-person shooters.
Yeah.
They don't draw me in.
They do nothing for you.
But actually saying that, after all of the jokes, I don't actually know if there are any like big PS4. Oh well, there's Final Fantasy VII, that's going to be released in 4 parts. So
yeah, but they've changed the combat system. They've changed a lot of things about it.
Yeah, but this is like,
I don't hold 7 in high regard, dude. I'm just like, this looks bad.
It was a good game, but it doesn't deserve like the hero. It doesn't deserve the worship that it gets. But still, it's like, here you can buy this game for the PlayStation 1 as a full game, or now in 2016 you can buy this game 4 times. Yeah. What's better? What's better than giving us your money once? Giving us your money 4 times.
I think it's 5 times.
5 times.
But Dan, don't you remember? It was a multi-disc game.
I think it was on 3 discs.
How can they fit that much game in a single download?
You've downloaded it, haven't you?
No.
No, okay.
I don't care. I've never liked Final Fantasy.
3 PlayStation 1 discs into 5 PlayStation 4 downloads.
And Steam downloads, let's be fair. So is that all you're looking forward to this year?
Video game wise, yeah. I don't think there's any like big video game stuff that's really happening, or at least that's been released yet, that's been mentioned. To be honest, I don't really travel in those circles to know about that stuff.
I have a lot more time on my hands than you do.
Oh yes, well, No, let's not talk about how awful public transport is in England.
No, that's not something we talk about here.
No, we don't talk about awful things because we're positive.
Well, for the first half of the episode.
Yes. Anyway, you were going to talk about something.
Yeah, I only have 3 or 4 games that are being released that I'm interested in, that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is already looking like it's going to be bad, but I have to play it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the new Deus Ex.
Mm-hmm.
Deus Ex Revolution or something like that. Some generic and bland title.
Of course.
Now, you may remember that Deus Ex Revolution 4, Deus Ex 4, was in the news recently, a couple of months ago.
No, I don't remember that.
It had an interesting pre-order system.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could revolutionize your pre-order by pre-ordering at different levels and getting different bonuses. And if enough people pre-ordered, they would release the game a whole smacking 3 days early.
Mm-hmm.
This is, $1 million goal type thing for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That got kicked to the floor pretty quickly because everyone was like, no, this is stupid. I'm not paying extra for a fucking skin. But it's going to be released this year. And I'm hoping that was just marketing PR bullshit and that the game will be good. Because the last Deus Ex was really good, especially once the director's cut was released. I mean, to be honest, Deus Ex has always had a problem with sequels. Because Deus Ex 2, The Invisible War, while having some interesting concepts, was fuck-knucklingly awful.
I don't even know what you said, but I'm assuming it's bad.
Fuck-knuckling.
Fuck knuckle. Okay.
Think of fucking a woman, or man, depending on your preference, and causing a knuckle to form in your dick. That bad. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. That's how bad that game was. Put back Western
Deus Ex 2.
Yes, that is how you respond to that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old thing for the Star Wars movies. Odd number Star Wars movies are bad, but in this case, it's odd numbered Deus Ex games are good.
You mean, did you say Star Trek?
Yeah. I think I said. Did I say Star Wars or Star Trek?
I can't remember. I thought you said Star Wars.
I meant Star Trek.
I've got Star Wars on my mind.
I don't know. I've always got them both on my mind.
But yeah, we whatever you said, we mean Star Trek movies.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little worried about it, but at the same time, it's Deus Ex.
Mm-hmm.
I love Deus Ex. It's cyberpunk dystopian future the game.
I'll just wait to see what people say.
Yeah, I know. And also, there might be more news on the game Cyberpunk. So, because that was slated for release this year. That hasn't had anything said about it since 2014.
Hasn't had anything said about it since 2015. It's like a whole 4 days, man. I can't live with this kind of tension.
It was late 2014. So, the next game I'm legitimately looking forward to is XCOM 2.
Mm-hmm.
All of my things are sequels. There's no new IPs I'm interested in that I know of.
No, you're saying that wrong. There are no new RPs.
Yeah. IPs. Well, there is one game I've been following its development of for a while now. I just don't know how close to release it is. By one of my favorite indie developers called Christine Love. She made Analog: A Love Story and Digital: A Hate Story. Brilliant games. She's now working on a new one, but she's also a fetish artist, and she's really pumping that into the game. And I'm like, I want to see where you go with this. You're kinky and weird. Entertain me.
Yeah, fair enough. Is that going to be 2016 as well, or is that going to be?
I don't know. I've been following the development, and she's like, "I've done this today," and it's like, "That's cool," and weird. Do more. Anyway, yes, XCOM 2.
XCOM 2.
XCOM was a game we were all really worried about.
Mm-hmm.
You may remember years and years ago, a certain online movie critic and game critic.
An online personality, let's call him. An online personality, let's call him.
Yes, he's certainly a personality.
He incited change within the games medium. He incited change with XCOM.
Yes, by yelling betrayal.
Really loudly.
Yeah. I mean, they released the game that he was protesting against anyway.
Yeah.
And I've actually played through.
That kind of bombed as well, though, didn't it?
Oh, it did. It did. They were giving it away.
When
I picked it up. It's not XCOM, but it's not competent either, but it's fun. But anyway, XCOM, revitalization of an ancient early strategy game for the PC. Before my time, I played a little of. XCOM, the new one, is fucking awesome. Hard as balls, really good.
Also quite buggy, was it? Or like bad AI? Or there were still problems with it.
Oh yeah, it was buggy. Most games are buggy these days, let's be fair. But they fixed it, and there are some funny bugs. Like you'd have these. The main view is a sort of central, is a command base with a central elevator. Then you build stuff either side of it. What you sometimes have is the models of the scientists hovering in the elevator shaft like they're in psychic communion.
I'm also talking about buggy games. I'm trying to remember, but I saw like a T-shirt advertised to me like the other day, where it's like, 99 buggy codes in the text. 99 buggy codes. You take one down, you circle it around. 117 buggy lines in the text.
Oh, that's cute. I mean, my favorite of those kind of tech shirts is still the one from The Simpsons. C/DOS. C/DOS. Run DOS. Run. It made me laugh back then, and it makes me laugh now. But anyway, the new XCOM looks really good. It's a lot darker than the first one because the aliens won the war.
Oh, okay. That's a bit shit.
Spoilers. They won the war and are treating humanity like shit. The new XCOM is the resistance against the enemy.
That sounds really interesting. I like that.
The main base is inside a stolen alien freighter ship.
That sounds pretty fun as well.
And there's a couple of new mechanics, so you have to deal with the morale of your resistance forces, but you can also place undercover agents and all manner of kind of stuff like that. All the classes have been redefined, so it's different from the traditional military setting.
Okay.
And also there's personality traits to the soldiers. This is, it's not a big thing, but it sort of kind of depends how they'll react. And the way they've sort of done it is you're not attracting the best of the best anymore. You're kind of getting fringe elements and psychopaths.
Okay. That sounds like it would be something to deal with.
Yeah, they only sort of briefly touched upon it in the trailer, but it looked really interesting, and I want to see where they go with it. But I like how they've redefined the classes. So that before it was assault, support, sniper, heavy, and there's another one. Can't remember. And psychic and mech in the expansion. Now it's just pared down to 4. One of which is a bot controller. You literally have flying. It's like Shadowrun now, except for it's an alien resistance and it looks really cool and the setting looks really interesting. What's next? Oh yes, this is a game that was technically released last year, but it's only being ported to PC this year.
Okay.
And
so
that's
essentially a new game.
Yeah. Especially given that no one played it last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the new Tomb Raider.
Which one was that?
It's Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's a direct sequel to the last full 3D one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of actually got far more of a story than the last one has. It's a much bigger location, a much more in-depth game. It seems to be surrounding the death of Lara's father.
Well, I did play like the original of like that series. Again, like going back to last year when I was working at Game, I kind of borrowed a second-hand copy, which I think I was allowed to do for like 1 week, 2 weeks. I can't remember. I didn't get very far. It's not really my style of game, but it seemed like it was like for like the people who would be into that kind of stuff that it was like really good. I remember like people like saying it's like, no, you really have to play this game. It's epic.
The thing about it is, I've played Tomb Raider since the beginning. You know, I had it on the PS1, I think.
I played demos of it, and I just didn't really kind of understand what was going on, possibly. I can't remember. Just got lost and confused and was like, what am I doing? There are tigers. I'm dead.
Yeah, that's generally the experience. But, you know, it's one of those games that series that I've returned to time after time. There's sort of been some bad entries in the series. But this reboot of Lara as, not as a sex figure as she was originally, but actually as a sort of well-told female protagonist who's, while independent, still flawed. I mean, the problem with the first reboot game, as I'll call it from now, is she's a bit too whiny. The majority of her dialogue is, "Oh no, oh no," and that's really annoying after a certain point.
That was like her first mission. That was like when she was like very young.
Yeah, it's literally her first mission.
Like the point was, it's like that she's going on a journey.
Yeah, and it's sort of just bad audio design because it's sort of, she's getting like this after climbing up a mountain, but she just shot 3 guys in the head and didn't react at all.
They were bad guys.
There was some cool mythology in it as well, which Tomb Raider has done successfully in the past. And this one, you go back to the mansion. And I'm hoping against hope there, because I haven't looked into it at all other than I know the release date. And I'm hoping against hope they include the thing from Tomb Raider 2. Because in Tomb Raider 2, the most fun you could have during the tutorial mission was locking the butler in the freezer. It sounds easy, but it's not.
So basically, we just spend hours of this game trying to lock the butler in the freezer.
Yes, this doddery old man. Was it 3? No, it was 2. And you could literally just shoot him. But he was wearing armor, so he's like, "Oh, good shot, Mom."
Okay, yep, go on.
I hope they put in a nod to that, because so much of everyone's experience with that game was doing this. There was some really good stuff, and I hope that this game lives up to its hype, and it's sort of, well, it hasn't really had hype because no one really played it on the PS4, but I hope it lives up to its legacy is what I mean. Okay, and another what was the next? Yeah. And the last one that I know is coming out in 2016 is the new Link game. We promised a new Legend of Zelda.
Yes. The new Legend of Zelda, which actually looks like it could be pretty cool and stuff.
I mean, I'm glad they're taking the time to work on it.
2014.
Yeah. You know, it's been confirmed coming out for Wii U. I was worried they'd actually put it onto the next console, but it's confirmed for the Wii U. And at the end of the day, I feel like given the change that Nintendo has made in its games design recently, really focusing down on fun, that they'll get back to what the old Zelda games felt like. Especially with the release of Wind Waker on the Wii U. You know, that was such a big, prominent thing for the Wii U. In fact, my Wii is the Wind Waker Special Edition. And I really hope they use that they take the ethos from Wind Waker in designing the new Zelda game.
And I think it's like, as Miyamoto said, I'm paraphrasing possibly, but a late game will eventually be good, but a rushed game will always be bad.
Yeah. For some reason, I went to the fake Ghibli quote.
Fake Ghibli quote?
Yeah.
As long as it looks good, no one will notice.
No, it was, he did that documentary about him leaving the anime industry.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, but carry on.
Well, yeah, he's quit, and there's Studio Ghibli is no more. But he did this big interview on Japanese television, and I think you can get it over here. You can get it online somewhere. I haven't bothered to watch it. But there's a fake quote that people pull out of that he just sort of is sitting there looking depressed, going, "Anime was a mistake."
Speaking of,
okay,
I don't know anything that's happening with anime in the coming year.
Neither do I.
However, I have a few hopes. So an anime an anime I think it was like in the last season, like winter season, was One Punch Man. So I doubt we're going to get that this year, or at least not till like the very end. But I think of like the summer season, because like summer season of last year that's kind of like got me back into anime, got me back into watching it, and there are like a few standout kind of titles from that I'm really hoping that we're going to see this year. But as I said, I'm not sure. I have no idea. One of them is it wrong to try to pick up girls in the dungeon? Which is nowhere near as sleazy as it sounds. In fact, I don't know, like the way that I always explain, like, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in the dungeon, is that essentially, like, the premise is it's about this guy, and he's kind of fed stories by his grandfather about how kind of you go into dungeons, you go adventuring, and then you kind of you'll find like a beautiful woman who's being beset by monsters, and then you'll save her, and she'll fall madly in love with you. And then on his first delve into the dungeon, he gets beset by monsters, gets saved by a beautiful woman, and he falls madly in love with her. It just kind of swaps it all over. And it's like that's kind of comedy, that kind of fun, and it's also like a really cool. It's got like really well animated fights. Most of it's kind of generic, but there are like a few fights that are just kind of really beautiful. And like I said, it's funny. It's actually fun. It has like all the tropes that you kind of expect to kind of like make it feel like proper anime. I want to see that again. I want to see more of that, but I haven't really been bothered to kind of go out and read the manga, because I think it does like work really well in like animated format. So I kind of don't want to go read a book. Yeah. And then like another one is Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. That ran quite long. I think that was like maybe even like summer and autumn, unless it was like spring and summer. But that was like, again, it's just absolutely hilarious. I think we might have talked about it here before.
Yeah, you haven't mentioned it with Connor.
We're not really sure if it's a parody or a satire or a comedy. Possibly all three. All I know is that it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I want to see more of it, because I have actually got invested in the characters as well. Which seems a bit odd for something which is possibly a parody.
Well, yeah, just because it's a parody doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, but it's kind of, you kind of expect things to be a joke, but like the characters don't feel like a joke. I don't know. Again, it's fun. It's hilarious. I want to see more. It's over the top ridiculous. I'm hoping it comes back in 2016. There are a few others, but they're kind of less important, I guess. Those are like the two big ones.
Okay. I guess the only anime I'm really looking forward to next year would be what's it called? Himoto Umaru-chan.
Oh, the girl with the hamster hood.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't like that.
Horrible person, but she's just so damn cute.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, there's been rumors of a Bakaramon second season, but I honestly doubt it'll come.
Bakaruman? Oh,
It's-
Bakuman.
No, Bakaramon.
Bakaruman.
It is the anime about a calligrapher.
Okay.
It is a really nice anime. About a calligrapher who goes to this island because he's basically got a mixture of artist block and also killed. So he needs to go away for a time because he's been a dick.
Okay.
And he kind of like explores himself there and becomes a better artist. And the series ends with him returning but wanting to go back, and it's kind of like, I want season 2, damn it. And the manga's still going, so who knows? There's rumors, but no confirmation.
How many episodes is that series?
12.
12. Okay.
It's really sweet.
I might look into it if I get the time. So movies. You said you had a couple of movies that you're looking forward to.
Well, I have one movie.
Is Doctor Strange coming out this year?
Yes.
Is it Doctor Strange?
Yes. November 4th.
November 4th. Okay, so it's the end of the year. Is that the only Marvel movie that's coming out this year? Or is it just like the one that you're interested in?
Only one I care about. I know there's more. There's meant to be 6 movies coming out this year that are Marvel.
Whoa, 6?
Yeah. Well, Marvel properties, but not.
Yeah, but still, that's a lot.
Well, yeah, 2 of them are Fox. So, I don't know if these are still.
Kind of scheduled to release this year or next. But
no, I don't know if they're still accurate because there's been some cancellations. But
because Civil War's had quite a lot of publicity going on, hasn't it?
Yeah, Civil War is this year, I think.
Because I'd be quite interested to see that. I'm a big fan of Captain America.
Yeah, we got Civil War, maybe Black Panther. Then Guardians. No, Guardians isn't this year. And Doctor Strange, and maybe the Inhumans, but I think that one's been cancelled.
I think I know like a lot of people who are very excited about the fact that the Inhumans might have been a thing.
They're a sleeper franchise. You know, people really like them.
So cancelled or postponed?
I think cancelled.
Yeah,
because they moved the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 to next year. I'm getting so many contradictory dates, I don't know. But apparently we're getting a Captain Marvel film next year as well.
Well, none of that really matters. All that matters is that I'm looking forward to Civil War and you're looking forward to Doctor Strange.
Well, yeah, you know, we've seen the first screenshots of Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. And, you know, Cumberbatch is a good actor, let's be fair. He's not who I'd have picked to play Doctor Strange. He's a bit too young, in my opinion, but let's see. Let's roll those dice.
I've really only seen him in...
Sherlock?
No, I haven't actually watched Sherlock. I've only seen him in Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh, okay. His worst feature.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that I can't really judge him on that because he was terribly cast. He shouldn't have been in that role.
You have to realize his name was actually John Smith.
His name was John Smith, but he shouldn't have been in that role. Well,
he was an okay villain, but
just John Smith.
It's the other guy.
And it's just like, you know, how can you judge it? Because it's been a while since I've seen it, but I think I remember like at the time saying it's like he was terribly cast, but for what he was given, he did a tremendous job.
I think that's the word on it. I mean, they could decide if they wanted him to be an enemy or an ally, as I recall. Like he hangs out with the main cast for like 1/3 of the movie.
Yeah,
but I just think
he helps them out a bit as well.
Yeah, it was like, after trying to kill Kirk at the beginning. Which was
trying to kill you, but now I kind of need you, so let's be friends. Just until the point where I stop needing you. Then we can be enemies again. Huzzah!
Isn't the next Star Trek movie coming out this year?
I don't know. I'm definitely seeing trailers for it, so I'd imagine it would be 2016. Although I remember, like,
yeah, it's this year. Comes out July 22nd.
I remember, like, certain parts of like the trailer where it just felt like the one thing that it was missing was a 90s sitcom laugh track.
Yeah.
I mean, well, at least I won't die alone. Where'd he go? What?
I don't remember. What else has Simon Pegg written?
Like all of the old comedy stuff was his. I think like Spaced was written by him.
Or is that him writing it or him improving though?
I think it was him and Edgar Wright. I think they wrote it together.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, is he actually the guy who writes it? I don't know. I don't know much about the guy, but you're right. It does feel like a sitcom.
It was written by Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
that might explain it. He's very much a comedy person, and I know that he kind of got into like comedy. I think like as like writing was like one of his things that he did.
Okay. I mean, there is a comedy element to Star Trek, but
it's a small element.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the way the trailer was cut. It's not even a small element, but it's not that kind of comedy. And while the new Star Trek movies haven't really felt like Star Trek movies to me, especially the last one, I'll give this one a go. I mean, he's adding a new villain, which is weird.
Oh yes, a new race. Because I remember people saying they weren't sure what the race were.
I mean,
but I was like, I know exactly who that is. That's the Wraith from Star Trek Stargate Atlantis.
You see, I thought it was the Jem'Hadar. Though I can see where you're coming from with the Wraith.
No one knows.
Well, Simon Pegg does.
Simon Pegg does.
No, he does seem to be a legitimate sci-fi nerd, so he's probably referencing a bunch of.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of hope he's actually doing the Jem'Hadar, because that'd be a really interesting way to take it. Because I'm surprised they haven't.
Which they weren't like the DS9 villains, were they?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they were like the Ultra Klingons. Who kicked they're like the Ultra Klingons if the Klingons were friends and kind of servants to the Vulcans. And they were all evil.
So just take out the poetry.
With both races, yes. And let's be fair, the poetry was only during mating rituals.
No, because weren't they kind of like warrior bards? Didn't they like write songs about their conquest and battle?
They were kind of made into samurai at a certain point. When really they were meant to be Vikings. Well, in the original Next Gen. In the original series, they were Russians? Communists?
Possibly.
Well, you have to remember, they were just guys in red uniforms.
Russians.
I mean, we have a Russian on the ship, but, those damn commies.
Well, yeah, but that's because he was an American Russian.
Who still said Wessel.
He was trained in Starfleet Command, which is American.
Yes, it's in San Francisco.
Exactly. There we go.
I maintain if we ever build, some kind of international space body, the centers have to be in San Francisco. It's the rules.
It's the rules. So neither of us are really looking forward to that, but it's a cool thing that's happening nonetheless.
It's kind of like Star Wars. Sorry.
I still haven't seen that.
Neither have I. I'm sort of.
I'm not particularly fussed.
Yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm meh about the new Star Wars.
I feel like if I wanted to go see it, then I might as well just go and watch A New Hope again, and apparently I'd get very much the same experience.
I mean, apparently, the main character is slightly less of a Mary Sue than Luke is.
I've heard that she's more so.
Yeah, but if you actually stop to think about it, Luke is a bigger Mary Sue. Luke is a literal farmhand. She is a salvager on spaceships.
Mm.
You know, Luke's barely left his family farm. I don't really buy that he's a great pilot either in New Hope.
Well, he wasn't really a great pilot, wasn't he? He was a good pilot.
Mm.
He was decent. There was no kind of part where it's like, wow, Luke, your flying skills are exceptional.
I think it was kind of meant to be that his flying skills were exactly the right flying skills for that moment.
Because they were aided by the Force. If we're talking about like where he blows up the Death Star.
Yeah, I'm referring to earlier in the film where he's sort of talking about his flying skills, and he talks about hitting
a Womp-Rat.
Yeah, Womp-Rat's in his T-16.
Hmm.
And it's sort of hitting very small targets.
Yeah.
With some kind of bomb, I assume. So I think that was kind of like what it is. But overall, he's very much a Mary Sue in that film. Mm. He's completely unfazed by everything. Oh, I'm being shot at. Oh, well.
Mm.
But that's only sort of in retrospect. I still love the film, and I think we can all agree Luke is the weakest part of New Hope.
I don't know. That's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, we should really do a Star Wars cast one day. Mm. But yeah, I feel the same about the new Star Wars movie as I do the new Star Trek movie.
They're both directed by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, weirdly. No, the new one isn't directed by Abrams.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who directed it. For some reason, I think it was a music video director. I don't know.
Okay, that's a bit odd.
It sometimes happens. I'm entirely meh about them at this point. It's kind of like, you're just going to do what you're going to do, and I'm going to be here like, I'm glad I got my originals.
I'm glad that sci-fi is coming back. How funny we can get something original.
Yeah. It seems like sci-fi and westerns are coming back.
Mm.
That's it. There is a new sci-fi series that's come out. I haven't watched it yet. But...
Which, has it come out or is it coming out? Because that's something that you were kind of quite interested in, wasn't it? So that's like another thing we should talk about.
I mean, it's come out. It had 4 episodes when I last checked, but it's sort of running now. Mm-hmm. It's called The Expanse. It's based on a series of books by James A. Corey. J.S.A. Corey. Anyway, I've read the first 2. I'm halfway through the 3rd one. They're really good books. I haven't watched the series yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's space sci-fi, and I love space sci-fi, and we need more. And it's it's interesting. I really wonder how they're going to deal with some of the stuff of it. A big element of it is crews dealing with zero-G environments or microgravities.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to deal with that in special effects? You're just going to...
I don't know.
That's what I'm kind of interested to watch it, but it's like, well, I could watch this, or I could read the next book.
Everyone knows what you would do.
Oh my god, books!
Oh my god, this book costs $300.
I have not watched that video since I was in school.
I think I might have last seen it at your house in Ludlow. Which is God knows how many years ago.
Yeah, the house I kind of grew up in. I see what you mean.
Yeah, the old one.
We're old for the internet.
We're old. I'm 24 now. Wait a second. I'm 24 now.
Yes, you're 24.
I gained a year.
Yep.
We both did. I gained a year in the interim, but you kind of mentioned yours.
You know, my birthday did fall on Vlogmas.
I'm nearly quarter of a century old.
Yep.
That's assuming... Well, I'm probably not going to reach 100, so that's more than a quarter of my life gone.
What's the average lifespan in England at the moment? 79? 80?
I don't know. I would have just said 80, but I honestly don't know.
I think it's actually slipped below 80 at this point.
I know that men's lifespans are always lower than women's because damn the matriarchy. It's because they put things in the water. They put estrogen in the water to kill men.
Interesting fact there. Men commit suicide successfully more often, but women try it more.
Really?
Yep, it means it's the one thing men are legitimately better at.
What do you mean the one thing?
It's actually by quite an interesting order of magnitude higher.
Where did you hear that?
It's an old piece of data that's been floating around for a while.
I would like to source that because I don't know, because well, like you said, I guess like men always do it more successfully, but like this, like the actual figures of suicide is, I guess, misleading if that's the case.
I mean, I wonder how it's changed since they've been factoring in trans deaths. Because you have to remember, 50% of trans people trying to commit suicide.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's like the one thing that men are the best at, and it's stolen by the trans community.
Yeah, like, God damn it, trans people. It's doing the one thing we're good at. We have nothing left.
We had one job, and now we're not even allowed
it. You see, this is how you laugh at suicide. So that's pretty much all I'm looking forward to this year. I mean, I've got my course to do. Doing this again, which is fun. I like talking to Dan. He's a good Dan.
I'm a good Dan. Not like that other Dan. Damn you, Dan.
How many Dans do I know?
I don't know. I've known a few.
Never been able to figure out the name type of Dans.
Anyway, so you were saying you're doing your degree, you're studying your degree, we're doing expletives included. We're going to try and do creative things with, well...
One more year.
Even if we don't kind of get anything right away, then we've got like our buffer of Laurie's radio animation.
We'll get this out once a week at the very least. This is our bare minimum right here.
Yeah, which we should probably push more because, like as I said, like people who like the few people who watch us do say these are the best bits. Even though I think this has been quite rusty, I think we need to get back into the swing of things.
We've had our moments, but yeah, I think we're taking the channel in a new direction. And I don't know what that direction is. Basically, this is like the start of Yojimbo, which is a film you haven't seen.
That's true.
Have you seen the film Handful of Dollars?
Nope.
Fistful of Dollars. Sorry.
Nope. Neither of those two films.
Okay. Basically, it opens with the lead character, who is the same person. One's a remake of the other. Taking a stick, throwing it in the air, and following the direction it leads in. In Yojimbo, the film bookends with that. So that's what we're doing this year, basically.
Yeah, essentially.
You know, we're going to see what comes. I mean, I'm writing stuff. Dan's pretending to write stuff. Even though he no longer has the time excuse.
What do you mean I no longer have the time excuse?
Well, soon I shall be doing full-time studying, just as you are doing full-time working.
Open University is part-time studying.
Yes, but I'm taking 2 courses at once.
Oh, okay.
Get more grant money that way.
Fair enough.
Actually, no, but still. I just figured I got time to do it. Might as well.
We are bravely venturing into the future, the unknown shores of time.
There is one other thing that I'd like to talk about that's happening this year that I don't honestly know how I feel about.
Okay.
This year we've got the American election. And this year promises to be a doozy of an election.
I think it's going to be Clinton.
Really? That's interesting. She hasn't got the nomination yet, you know.
Well, who else is... well, it's like her or Ron. No, it's who's like her, basically like the other big person of.
Well, on the left, I don't know.
Bernie Sanders, is it?
He's running as an independent, I believe.
I don't know. I haven't really been paying all that much attention to it, but I think it's Bernie Sanders. I thought that he was like of the same.
He's left wing, but I don't know.
And well, it kind of, when people talk about it, they do normally just like say the left and the right. They don't kind of.
Yeah. That's because they don't count other parties. Sanders was running under the Democratic ticket.
Oh, but then there was that controversy. Just I can't remember what it was, but it was like private information or something that was leaked, or stolen or something. But yeah, so are Bernie Sanders and Clinton kind of running against each other
at the moment? Yeah,
because I think it's just like the people that I listen to. It might not be this way at all, but it feels like they're the two main contenders, and it does kind of seem like Clinton's going to be the one who comes out on top.
Yeah, but you have to remember that's only on the left.
Yes, and it seems like the one who's most popular on the right is Donald Trump, and I just don't think.
And he's just straight up crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win.
Well, there's also Ted Cruz.
No, I think that Trump is going to get the party election, but I don't think he's going to win.
You have to remember
he's going to be head of the party, but
you have to remember that the party nomination isn't a general vote; it's actually by candidates, by members of the party.
Oh, so it's basically the same as England, I guess.
In a way, it's kind of like how the last Labour leadership vote was done.
Well, only party members can vote, but you can kind of opt into becoming a party member.
Yeah, party membership is a broad term. In America, you register as Republican, Democrat, or Independent, right? If you're a registered party member, you can then vote in the nominations, right? That's where you have all these people, but it's a much more limited thing, and not as many people vote as are supporters. So it could go either way. There's also Ben Carson, who I think might actually have a chance at the ticket. He's crazy as well, but
he's crazy, but he's
black. Let's be frank. The Republicans. If the Republicans nominate him, they are going to be trying to present themselves as a more progressive party, and they're not a racist party at that.
Because the only thing that can beat a woman is a black man. Wait a second, that came out wrong. Ignore that. Whoa! We should end this now.
Well, technically, Hillary and Obama ran against each other. If Hillary gets the ticket, they might be dumb enough to think that.
But let's change the wording so that, let's just kind of like say it longer, like, Obama won in the competition.
But I think it's just going to be an interesting year politically.
I didn't realize that it was because they've been doing so much.
Oh yeah,
like propagandizing. They've been doing so much publicity for like ages now. I assumed that it was just like a people's vote.
Well, it kind of is and isn't, but you see how it is kind of a close.
Well, it's basically like they've got all of the popularity polls, so the party knows who's going to be like the most popular candidate to head.
They start that over a year before the actual election. Well, no, before the nomination has to be in. Then it's like 6 months to the actual election for proper campaigning. Yeah, it's going to be weird because it's going to be a strange election year, I think.
It is. So when do we know who's like head of party?
I don't know when the nominations are, to be honest. I know that we haven't yet got to that round. We're still in the posturing stage. Maybe March, I think.
Oh, and one thing that we can say about the right is we don't know who's going to get in, but we know who's not going to get in, and that's Bush.
Really, you don't think Jeb has a chance?
I don't think Jeb has a chance.
But he was the smart one of the family.
He's not showing it.
Is our children learning?
He is not. I remember like someone was talking about it. They were like talking about Jeb Bush's, I think it's got like a YouTube channel, which he's got promotional videos, and like his videos on there have got like maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of views. And then the videos on his channel that are about Donald Trump are in the tens or hundreds of thousands.
Well, you know what? That needs to be our goal. We need to get more views than Jeb Bush does.
Okay.
This year.
That's our goal for 2016.
More views than Jeb Bush.
That's our party line.
Yeah. I honestly don't know who's going to get the Republican ticket. It's such a weird campaign at the moment. But I do feel that it is likely to swing to the Republicans next year. Because I don't feel that Hillary, if she has got the ticket, has much of a chance of swinging the vote. Now, if it goes to Sanders, he's not popular within the party itself, but he has a huge grassroots base. He's like the left version of Trump, but not crazy.
I don't really know much about popular opinion other than that Trump seems to be dominating.
That's just because
now carry on.
That's just because he's a clown show. He's an idiot, and people want to see what he's doing next.
You
know, South Park parodied him perfectly in the past season.
With Saunders, then, like, you know, a lot of people who I do kind of listen to, even though I'm not really paying attention, they all kind of seem to kind of go to him as their favorite. Mainly because, well, I think because I watched The Amazing Atheist, and like he was talking about how Clinton kind of has changed her mind on like lots of political views, and the way that it doesn't kind of seem like she's changed her mind. It seems like she's changed her mind to fit public opinion.
Oh, okay.
So she was kind of anti-gay marriage until gay marriage was popular, and now she's pro.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. And she was kind of, and I can't remember, but it was like, he was like showing a speech that Bernie Sanders gave kind of against kind of action in the Middle East, or against like military. And it's just, Bernie Sanders has had these ideas when they were unpopular, and he's stuck by his guns, whereas Clinton has kind of changed her mind to suit the weather.
Well, Clinton is much more of a dynasty candidate, if that makes sense.
A what candidate?
A dynasty candidate. She's from a political family. She's been, obviously Bill was president. Which is going to be weird, because that will mean there's two members of, if she does win, there'll be two people in the White House you have to call Mr. President.
Is she still going to be called Mr. President?
I don't know. Because Mrs. President sounds like you're referring to the First Lady, doesn't it?
Does that mean that we'll start calling Bill Mrs. President?
I hope so.
That would be fun. I would like that.
But the way Sanders seems to me is he seems very much like an American Jeremy Corbyn. They're both of the same ilk. I'd say Corbyn's a bit more working class orientated than Sanders is, but they're very much the same type of politician. And actually, I honestly feel that we'll have a swing back to Labour in 5 years.
I hope so.
But that's 5 years from now.
Not that we talk about politics, but God, I hope so.
Hey, the veto has been lifted.
I know.
But anyway, I'm interested in what's going to happen in the coming year, because I think it could be an interesting election. It's just, I wish we still had Hunter S. Thompson with us. He did a very, very fine commentary on the 1972 Nixon re-election campaign, called Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 72 to 73. And that is a brilliant book, series of articles he wrote for that period. And just his reaction to the level of shittiness of politics that was going on, I think is needed for this election.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we've kind of gone off topic.
So we should stop now.
We should stop now. So, yeah, I think 2016 is going to be another year. I don't. Well, what constitutes a good year or a bad year? I don't know. It's just
If you speak to Neil deGrasse Tyson, he'll just tell you it's an arbitrary thing anyway.
Well, it is quite arbitrary, but
well, yeah. The Gregorian calendar is entirely arbitrary. All calendars are.
But still, it's a decent measure of time.
At least we didn't have people, wishing the Earth a happy 2016th birthday.
Just you wait. The tweets will start coming. Because I think like last year...
We've already had New Year's, it's not happening. I refuse to believe it.
I think a few will spring to light.
I hope not.
Come on. It's like, do you think like everyone who like was a dumbass last year and said it have learned their lesson? And that no new people are kind of thinking this?
I just hope they've drunk themselves to death or, been eaten by rabid squirrels or something.
But so yes.
Have the gene pool, I hope that.
Because everyone knows that the Earth is 6,000 years old.
It's not even cute.
Shut up, I'm adorable.
It'd be 6016.
So, 2016, it's going to be a year.
Yep.
There's some good stuff coming out.
And a lot of horrible stuff.
And some interesting stuff. Just like last year.
Yeah, let's just hope overall there's less war was declared.
Setting the benchmark low. I don't think we can have much war declared.
How much of the world is not at war right now? Maybe one or two tiny Pacific islands?
Has China declared war on anyone? Is China still at war with the whole
world?
World, yeah. I don't know. It's like I remember there's like the skit that Dara Brian does. It's like the Chinese have one word for like chaos and opportunity. But they also have one word for China and Tibet, and it's China. So fuck them.
Yeah.
So are they at war with Tibet? Was that kind of like a thing?
Well, yeah, that was about 80 years ago.
80 years ago. Okay, so I'm assuming China won.
I suppose they could be technically called at war with Taiwan as a completely dead war. Because
there's only a war because no one's declared peace yet.
In that kind of vein, I mean, China claims dominion over Taiwan, but Taiwan asserts itself as its own independent nation. And it's kind of like, what's going to happen here? No one wants to fight, and it's like, what are you guys going to do? When they come for you?
It's like, you're under our control. No, we're not. We're free.
Look, we're only not taxing you because it would cost a lot of money to send a tax collector out to your shithole island, all right? Fine, you can use your own stationery because you printed it up.
Okay, well, I don't know. So there's a lot of war going on. Hopefully some of that will end.
Yeah. Or at least, go to, I don't know, a water balloon fight or something.
We need a supreme dictator of the world. I'm not saying it's going to be me, but we do need a supreme dictator of the world who decrees that all wars must now be fought with water balloons.
Or we go to the Irish model. Well, the ancient Irish model. But each clan would pick a champion. You know, that's where the Cullen story comes from. He was the champion of one tribe. And if you went to war with another tribe...
Well, wasn't it that he... Because I remember a story that he was, like, the first champion, and, like, basically he just kind of... Like, everyone kind of won... It was just lots of one-on-one fighting. So he beat, like, the champion of another tribe, and then, like, his second came up, and then his third. And then, like, as they were all kind of resting and just, like, thinking, it's like, geez, he was just, like, sitting there, just kind of lobbing stones at them. It's like, come on. I've fought like 50 of you. I'm still ready to go. What are you resting for? You ain't done nothing. Boop.
Well, it's a lot more civilized, you have to admit. Or mech battles. You know, mech warrior with the fine
mech wins. First person to build a mech wins. We graded on dancing etiquette.
Well, you know, one mech battles. How about that?
Anyway, we said where we were going. We tried to do it.
Talk us out, Dan.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for getting this far. We've been Expletives Included. We've been awfully generic in this podcast, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.